Welcome back. Let's build art and courage today. There's a strange pressure in the world today. Everyone wants you to change. Be like this, talk like that, dress like them, act mature, act cooler, act quieter, act smarter. It's like sometimes I feel like the world is a giant suggestion box, and every suggestion is about how you should not be you. And the funny part, most of those suggestions came from people who are also confused about who they are. Today, I want to talk about something simple but powerful. Be yourself, and if you ever change, change only when you are ready. Let me tell you a story. There is a famous story by Franz Kafka called The Metamorphosis. It's about a man who wakes up one day and finds that he has changed completely in a shocking, unbelievable way. Overnight, he became something else. Now, I wouldn't go into a scary or weird details, okay? But here's the important part. Before this change, his whole life was about pleasing others, working for them, sacrificing for them, living for their expectations. And when he changed, the world around him changed too. People doesn't see him the same way no more. They doesn't treat him the same way. And slowly he realizes something really, really powerful. Like he was not expecting that he feels like this way. He spent his whole life doing so much stuff for his family and his people, and he was not expecting that he will going to experience this. But that truth is very painful. When you live only for others, they love the use of you, not the you. That's the heavy lesson, right? But let's bring this into our life. How many times have you tried to change yourself just to fit in? Maybe you changed the way you talk, maybe you changed the way you dress, maybe you hide your real interests because someone said that's weird. Maybe maybe you stopped doing what you love because someone said that's useless. And maybe, just maybe you started becoming a version of yourself that looks normal to others but feels strange to you. That's the real metamorphosis. Not waking up as something else, but slowly forgetting who you are. Let's be the honest for a second. If you try to be liked by everyone, you will end up being liked by no one, not even yourself. And trust me, losing yourself is way more dangerous than losing people who never really understood you. Now, doesn't get me wrong, changing is not bad, growing is not bad, improving is not bad, and learning is also not bad. But there's a huge difference between changing because you want to grow and changing because you are afraid to be yourself. One is power and the other is fear. In Kafka's story, the main character never really got the chance to change for himself. Life changed him, pressure changed him, expectation changed him. And when that happened, he felt more alone than ever. That's the warning for us. If you keep changing just to make others comfortable, one day you might look at yourself and think, wait, when did I disappear? And that's scary. Have you noticed how people say, be yourself? But the moment you're actually yourself, they'll be like, no, no, not that yourself. They want a custom version of you. They're the edited version, the quiet version, the useful version, not the real one. But here's the secret, the world doesn't need any other copy, it needs the original you. And yes, being yourself is not always easy. Sometimes people wouldn't get you, sometimes they will judge you, sometimes they laugh, and sometimes most of our precious and important people leave us. But let me ask you something. Is it better to be accepted for someone you are not, or to be rejected for who you truly are? I'll choose the second every time, by the way, because at least you keep your soul. Not about changing, not about changing. You should change when you want to become better, you want to learn, you want to grow, you want to fix something that's hurting you or others. You should not change when you are scared of being judged, you are trying to impress people who doesn't respect you already, you are running away from yourself, you are shrinking, or you're shrinking just to fit into someone else's comfort zone. In the metamorphosis, the tragedy is not just the change. The tragedy is that the character realizes too late that his whole life was built on being useful, not being himself. Doesn't make that mistake, please. Doesn't make that mistake. You are not here just to be useful. You are not here just to be pleased, or you are not even here just to adjust. You are here to exist, grow, and become in your own way, in your own time. And yeah, you will evolve. Everyone does. But let it be your choice. No pressure, no fear, no loneliness. Not the need for approval. Be like an artist with your own life. You doesn't erase your whole drawing or sketching or sketch just because someone doesn't like one line. You improve it, you adjust it, and you keep the parts that matters. And sometimes the most beautiful drawings are the ones that doesn't look like everyone else's. So if someone tells you you need to change to be accepted, smile and remember you doesn't need to become someone else to be worthy. Okay? You just need to become more yourself. And if one day you do change, let it be because you choose to grow, not because you were forced to shrink. Now be honest, okay? Tell me, how many times in your life have you tried to become someone else just to keep someone? How many times have you stayed quiet when you wanted to speak? How many times have you shrink yourself so you wouldn't make others uncomfortable? Please tell me in the comment section. We doesn't notice it at first. It happens slowly. A little less honesty here, a little less courage there, a little less of you, just to fit into a place that was never built for your soul. But here's the part nobody tells you. You doesn't lose people when you stop pretending. You only lose the people who are in love with the version of you that was not real. And that's not a loss, that's freedom. Listen, you were never born to live life on someone else's approval. You were never meant to audition for a place in your own story. You doesn't need to twist yourself into a shape that hurts just so someone else can stay comfortable. Yes, growth is important. Yes, becoming better is powerful. But real growth doesn't come from being pressurized, humiliated, or compared. Real growth starts when you look at yourself and say, I respect myself enough to want more for my life. Not because someone left, not because someone criticized you, not because someone made you feel small, but because you decided you deserve better. There's a big difference between changing to be accepted and changing because you are ready to rise. One comes from fear and the other comes from strength. And let me tell you something from the heart. If someone only stays when you are silent, smaller, or easier to control, they doesn't want the real you. They want a version of you that's convenient. And you were not born to be convenient. You were born to be honest, to be learning, to be growing, and to be becoming. So, if right now you are still figuring yourself out, that's okay. If you are still healing, that's okay. If you are still building your confidence, your dreams, your future, that's more than okay. Take your time, grow at your pace. Do not let the world rush you into becoming someone you doesn't recognize. Because the right change doesn't feel like punishment. It feels like freedom. It feels like stepping closer to yourself, not further away. Okay? And the right people, they wouldn't ask you to lose yourself to keep them. They will respect your journey, they will respect your boundaries, they will respect your becoming. So please don't lose your beautiful confidence. But I'm not telling you to keep your bad habits that destroying you and your loved ones. Making yourself a better person is a very much beautiful thing, but it doesn't mean that you have to lose your own actual beautiful identity. And that's all for today. I hope you like my beginner level drawing and motivation. See you later in the next video. Stay away from the negative thoughts and negative people. Goodbye.